What if I told you that there may be money hiding in the tax code with your name on it? And the only reason you haven't seen it is because no one ever showed you where to look. Hi, I'm Frank Lehane, author of From Broke to Six Figures, Savers, Wealth Advocate, and Educator. I help business owners, successful individuals, and families better understand their financial opportunities so they can protect, grow, and keep more of what they've worked hard to earn. And today, I want to begin with a question that is more important than it may sound at first. How much money are you leaving in the tax code without even knowing it? Now, that is not meant to make you nervous. It is meant to make you curious, because one of the biggest financial problems I see is not always that people are making terrible decisions. Sometimes it is simply that they have never been shown what is actually available to them. That is a very different problem. If you make a bad decision, at least you know something went wrong. But if there is legitimate value sitting quietly in the background and nobody has ever helped you identify it, then you may never even realize what was left on the table. And that happens more than most people think. Many business owners assume that if there were a valuable tax credit, deduction strategy, or specialized opportunity available, surely someone would have already brought it up. Maybe their CPA, maybe their tax preparer, maybe that one very confident friend who always seems to know everything at dinner parties. But the truth is, that assumption can be expensive. Not because people are bad at what they do, but because many financial conversations stay too general, while the real opportunities are often very specific. And specific things require specific attention. You cannot just wave vaguely in the direction of the tax code and hope the right benefits come jogging toward you like a happy golden retriever. That is not usually how it works. What usually happens is this: you are busy running your business. You are managing people, clients, payroll, deadlines, overhead, and whatever surprise decided to show up on Tuesday morning. And while all of that is going on, there may be specialized tax opportunities that are never properly examined because no one slowed down long enough to ask the right questions. That is the key, the right questions. Because if no one asks the right questions, you do not get the right answers. And if you don't get the right answers, then perfectly lawful, meaningful financial opportunities can remain hidden in plain sight. When I say hidden, I do not mean shady. I mean overlooked. There is a big difference. I'm talking about real, legitimate opportunities inside the tax code that may apply to your business, your activity, your property, your hiring, your improvements, or other parts of your operation. Opportunities that may improve cash flow. Opportunities that may reduce tax burden. Opportunities that may help you keep more of what you've already worked hard to earn. And that matters. Because when you free up cash flow, that doesn't just sit there looking pretty. That money can help you strengthen the business, expand wisely, reinvest, create breathing room, reduce pressure, make better decisions from a place of stability instead of stress. That is one of the reasons I care so much about this subject. I am not interested in impressing people with complexity. I am much more interested in helping people see clearly, because clarity changes things. When people understand what may be available, they begin to move from assumption to discovery, and discovery is powerful. Discovery changes the conversation from, "Well, I guess this is just how it is," to, "Wait a minute, are you telling me there may be something here I have never seriously looked at?" Yes, that is exactly what I am saying. Now, this is also where I want to be very fair. This is not about attacking professionals. It is not about saying your CPA is asleep at the wheel. It is not about creating suspicion for the sake of drama. It is simply about recognizing that many business owners have not had someone walk them through these issues in a focused, educational, plain English way. And that is where I believe real value can begin. You deserve to understand your options. You deserve more than vague reassurance. You deserve more than, "I'm sure it's all been handled." Maybe it has, but maybe it has not been fully explored. Those are two very different things. And one of the most expensive phrases in business can be, "I assume someone already checked." This is why I want these videos to be helpful. Not pushy, not full of jargon, not heavy and lifeless. Helpful. I want to help business owners become more curious, more informed, and more aware of the questions worth asking. Because often, the issue is not that the money is gone, it is that the opportunity has gone unexamined. And an unexamined opportunity can sometimes be recovered. A missed opportunity that gets discovered is still a valuable moment. So here is the takeaway I want to leave you with today. Do not assume that because no one mentioned a specialized tax opportunity, there is nothing there. Do not assume that filed means fully explored. And do not assume that the general conversation you have already had was specific enough to uncover everything that may apply to your business. There may be more there than you think. In this series, I am going to help unpack some of these ideas in a simple, understandable way, so you can begin to see where hidden value may exist and what kinds of questions are worth asking. Because when you know what you did not know before, you are in a much better position to make a wise decision. And wise decisions tend to serve both today and the future. If this kind of content is helpful, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you will be notified when the next video comes out. And if you know another business owner who may be leaving money on the table without realizing it, share this video with them. They may thank you. And if not, at the very least, you will have done your part to reduce the number of people treating tax season like a strange annual weather event nobody can explain. That is worthwhile too.